Hey there, and welcome back to Andy's podcast, where we don't do boring. Welcome again, and we talk about experience, time, money, communication, balance, and compromise. So today's subject is, when was the last time you invested in yourself? I mean your business. Okay, a lot of businesses, sell the same thing at the same time, and they're successful and they roll along, and that's fine. In the tourism business, obviously, we have to, with the recession and inflation and everything else, gas prices and location going on, I've had to look at what I do with my business. So I constantly invest in myself and my business because I want it to improve. I want to find the best ways to do what I do, which sounds crazy. You're just building sandcastles, Andy. Yeah, not rocket science. Actually, the rocket science division is just up the beach from us. Hi, Elon. Anyway, and so are you making sure that you can give your customers the best value you can? And now, what does that mean? I'm already doing what I do. I'm already selling lessons. I already sell tools, but I'm constantly looking for ways to improve upon the design, because that's what we do. There's an old analogy. When times are good, you spend a matchbox full of money on marketing, and when times are bad or slow, you spend a shoebox. And they go, what? When times are slow, you spend more money? Well, of course you do, to build up, to make the times good that are going to be good the next year. Because if you think marketing works over 5 minutes, well, that's not right. So it takes a long time. And what do you get from marketing when you start it? Expect zero, because that's what you're going to get. So you have to invest in your future, and you have to develop all the time. So let's say that you make left-handed widgets and right-handed widgets. And the worst thing about a widget is you can't hold it. You can't hold the widget while you're putting it into place, or you can't snap it in place, or you can't do. There's something that on the application side that is a bit fiddly. Well, have you ever thought about selling left-handed and right-handed widget holders? So yes, it's going to cost you some money to develop something that snaps the widget into place, or to make the widget work better. Have you ever thought about developing that? Well, no, I just sell widgets. Right, but if you sold the tool that put the widget in, do you think you'd sell those with the widgets and get more value? The customers would buy because they say, oh, finally a tool so I can put it in. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just making life simpler for the end user. So that's why I invest in mine. In my case, I've been told by a friend of mine that I have a bucket obsession, which is true. When I see a new bucket, I go, ooh, shiny new bucket. And I think, would that work for what I'm trying to deliver? And if I think it's worth a go, I'll just buy it. Now, I could be wasting my money. A lot of people say, why have you already know what works? Yes, I do. But if there's a better product out there and I can make it easier for people, I've found over the years that America runs on two things, really: money and comfort. So people don't mind spending money when they're going to be comfortable. Hence, online shopping. Yes, that seems to be successful. So, but I do that. I invest in my business and myself all the time to make sure that I'm giving my customers better value, which is we talked about last week. Selling more of what works is adding value to your customers. So there's no downside for me. I'm improving something I can pass on to a customer who will say, wow, great idea. I just love this new thing you've got. This is great. And people tell me that. They do tell me that they like the videos because it shows new ways of doing things, and also it shows ways of recycling, but it shows that you're constantly working on new stuff. And, oh, there's a new bucket. We should go and get one of those. Because I'm not shipping buckets. One of the things I'm going to do is sell like a premium gold platinum plated whatever Uber mega toolkit for beach houses. And if you have a big beach house and you want to leave all the gear there all year long and have it ready and have every single tool you're ever going to need, including the buckets, you'll now be able to buy that off me. So there's two ways. One, we have to ship it, which is fantastically expensive. I mean, it's a great big box, and I'm with Matisse. I'm not thinking about thinking outside the box. I'm thinking what I could do with it. But unfortunately, Matisse was in an age where we didn't have shipping problems and the massive cost that is now associated with shipping. So if I have to ship it to you, the cost is enormous, and I'll be very clear about that, and it depends exactly where it's going and what you wanted to do. If you want it to arrive the next day, the shipping is probably going to cost you more than the entire kit, which is not cheap. So there you go. But if you want it shipped 5-day ground, that will be available. So I'm looking at that kit, but I'm also looking at a baby bucket kit, so people have the choice when they drive to the island, because our market now for the next couple of years is going to be a drive market. People aren't going to travel from all over the USA to come to South Padre Island. They are in some cases, but most of the time they're going to be driving from somewhere close. And now close here means like within 1,000 miles. So, but they would love to take home their toolkit so they can use it at their location. And I already do this. I already, sell buckets to people who say, I'd really like one of those big buckets to take home. And I say, okay, what about this one? You've just used it. Oh, fantastic. Can I buy that? Yes, of course you can. And, and I say they're not cheap. And they say, I don't care. I want the bucket I just used because I know what it does. So that's fine. So that's how I upgrade I add value by investing in myself. So yes, I go and buy a lot of buckets, but I also use a lot of buckets every day, and people see them and they say, do you sell those? And I say, yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. And off we go. And I just sell it and then go buy another one. So what's the difference? But I'm adding value to what I'm doing. I'm also introducing myself to new customers, maybe new customers who don't even buy lessons. They just buy the equipment because they want to try it themselves. They watch me all day on the beach, right? And they go, I could do that. I mean, that's just pouring water into a bucket and adding sand. I mean, I can do that. Great, go for it. I mean, I'm completely happy because you're having a go at the thing that makes me happy, and I know will make your family more happy, or happier, should I say. So there you go. So I invest in myself constantly, and I invest in my business, and I look at what I can do to add value to my business, even when times are supposed to be good, which they are now. But my business is slow at the moment, so I'm going to invest in myself and my business and keep continually investing all the time. And I've done that ever since I've started. I've managed to get the system better and better and better. And I would love to have the money to develop my own bespoke toolkits. But at the moment, I just haven't got that, and I just can't do it. That's tens of thousands of investment, and I don't have that. So that's why I do this in small pieces and then see what people actually want. And I'm responding to the big toolkit thing because I've been asked. I've got a condo. I want to ship everything to the condo. Can you do it in one go, please? And I've done it once, and it cost a lot of money to ship it. It was fantastic, and it went on a truck. It was a pallet. But at the same time, the man was completely happy. He didn't ask about the price. He wanted every single thing that I used shipped to his location. So that's what I did. And he was very happy, paid me immediately, and that was it. So what could you do? You need to ask yourself what you could do to invest in your business now that things are getting tougher. What you could do to invest in yourself now that things are getting tougher. Because, you need to do that to beat inflation, to beat the recession, because you're supplying, in my case, it's luxuries. In your case, it may be a staple. But also to overcome the apathy and be in your bubble of thinking that my business is fine and I don't need to invest in anything and we'll just stay as we are. Businesses that do that are going to really struggle in the next 12 months because things are going to get tighter and tighter. And if you sell millions of things, obviously price is what you're driving. So this talk doesn't even apply to you because you're buying on price. I'm not. I'm selling to the other end of the market on luxury and on a niche market where it's very bespoke and people need very particular things in order to do what I do. So there you go. You can just go buy a bucket and cut the bottom out with a knife and get on with it on the beach. But that's not what we do. We show you how to do the buckets properly, and we also prepare them for you and show you how to use every tool to do that. So that's why we invest in our business. So that's it. Are you investing enough in yourself? And are you investing enough in your business when recession is here, inflation is here? Spend a bit more money when you make some money this summer. Spend a bit more money on yourself and your business and work out what you can do to add value. So that's it. Invest in yourself and your business. And remember, creation begins with destruction. I know because I cut holes in perfectly good buckets and to make them better. And also, we don't do boring because, why bother doing that? Anyway, that's it for today. Hope you got something from it. It's a short one today because I rambled a bit last week. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.